What are you seeing here that structure is historically valuable as well as valuable, obviously, to the family?
Well, I definitely agree.
You want to look at this?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Before you answer that question? Now that talks about the Army of the Cumberland and all the major generals, the field of operations, the principal battles, as well as the march to the sea with Sherman. So, and he was a part of that. And this is basically came from the Tribune in Washington, D.C., and it commemorated his, I suppose, his service with the Union Army and what he was involved with.
And then this is the actual mailing tube. We can't read the date, but it came to Aurora, and we know that he moved to Aurora in 1904, and he died in 1911. So it would have been in that time.
It could be just under 100 years, or it could be a little over 100 years old. So we're, this I think is something unusual because we've never seen one like this before, and it hasn't been out of that very often. And so I think it's kind of neat.
Well, and I would definitely agree that this tells a great story about how long the service stayed with these Civil War veterans, and how important the relationships with the fellow soldiers and their regiments and their companies were. That, as you said, get in a train in Nebraska and go all the way to Denver for a reunion. Go back east for reunions.
Right.
Some of his colleagues, it wouldn't surprise us, that came out to Sherman County and homesteaded with him.
And that's we do.
Relatives.
We do see sort of nods of either family members or fellow veterans.
Company C people.
Company C. They end up, if not neighbors, in the same sweet place. Because they're writing back and forth. So if someone came out that he knew, he might be getting letters about the prospects in Nebraska. But in the crucible of war, they formed these relationships that really stayed with them their whole lives and were important enough that they built all the great GAR halls we have around the country, and these long-term relationships that shaped their adult lives. I think it's remarkable, and people think of Nebraska as being so isolated, and people were sort of stuck in Nebraska. Well, they weren't. The railroad meant that they could do things like this.
Now, was it Terryville? Was it a little town to the east?
No, that was Cedarville.
Cedarville. Now, we have some information from Cedarville, which was basically just a mail drop. And then eventually Cedarville moved and became Litchfield when the Burlington Northern, well, it's not wasn't Burlington Northern then, but when the Burlington Railroad came through, then they formed the town of Litchfield, which would have been in, what, late 1880, 1887 or something.
That's just great stories and a lot of wonderful things that
The Civil War,
stuff we don't think about.